So today we will start second unit of cloud computing. And in second unit, first topic is service oriented architecture, SOA. So basically service oriented architecture is an architectural approach in which applications make use of service available in the network. And in this architecture, services are provided to perform applications through a communications call over the internet. Service-oriented architecture allow user to combine a large number of facilities from existing services to form applications. Service-oriented architecture encompasses a set of design principles that structure system development and provide means for integration component into a coherent and decentralized system. Service-oriented architecture based computation package functionalities into a set of interoperable services which can be integrated into different software systems belonging to separate business domains. And there are two major roles within service-oriented architecture. And first one is a service provider, and second one is a service consumer. So in service provider, the service provider is the maintainer of the services and the organizations that make available one or more services for other to use. To advertise services, the provider can publish them in a registry together with a service contract that specify the nature of the services, how to use it, the requirements of the services, and the fees charged. And service consumer can locate the services metadata in the registry and develop the required client component to bind and use the services. So in the given figure, you can see that there is a service provider, this one is a service provider, and this one is a service consumer. Service provider send a service response which is requested by the service consumer. So service consumer send a request to the service provider, and the service provider send the response to the service consumer which will be requested by the service consumer. So these are the two main components of service oriented architecture. First one is a service provider and the second one is a service consumer. What are the advantages of service oriented architecture? So first advantage is service reusability, means we can again use the services. So in SOA, applications are made from existing services, thus services can be reused to make many applications. Second one is easy maintenance. As we know that in SOA, services are independent of each other and they can be updated and modified easily without affecting other services, because no more than two services are interconnected with each other. So the modifications of one services cannot affect the other services, or modification of other services cannot affect to another services. Third one is a platform independent. So in service-oriented architecture allow making a complex applications by combining services picked from different sources independent of the platform. Availability. So SOA facility are easily available to anyone on request. Reliability. SOA applications are more reliable because it is easy to debug small services rather than huge code. Scalability means service can run on different server within an environment. This increase the scalability. What are the disadvantages of SOA? So first disadvantage is higher overhead. Means a validations of input parameter or services is done whenever service interact with this decrease performance as it increase load and response time. Second one is a high investment. So a huge initial investment is required for SOA. Third one is a complex service management. So when service interact, they exchange a message to task. The number of messages may go in millions. It become a very huge task to handle a large number of messages. So we consider that it will be cumbersome task to handle a large number of messages. Next one is a representation state transformation. This is called REST. So कुछ इसके बारे में ओवरव्यू देता हूँ पहले. So first is that REST is a style of architecture based on a set of principles that describe how network resources are defined and addressed. And this principle were first described in 2000 by Roy Fielding as a part of his doctoral dissertations. And REST is an alternative of SOAP and JSON. SOAP is a simple object access protocol and JSON is a JavaScript object notations. So REST means representational state transformation is an alternative of SOAP and JSON. Simple object access protocol and JavaScript object notations. It is important to note that REST is a style of software architecture as opposed to a set of standards. As a result, such applications or architecture are sometimes referred to as the RESTful or REST style applications or architecture. REST has proved to be a popular choice for implementing web services. For example, the books suggested at the bottom of many of these articles pages are dynamically generated in part using REST architecture. It is one of the options for Amazon Web Services. So when an application or architecture considered as a RESTful or REST style, so there are some characteristics based on which we can say that this is the RESTful or REST style. So state and functionality are divided into distributed resource, and every resource is uniquely addressable using a uniform and minimal set of commands, typically using Hypertext Transfer Protocol command or GET, POST, PUT, or DELET, delete over the internet. These are the commands, this HTTP commands. Next, the protocol is client-server, stateless, layered, and support caching. And this is essentially the architecture of the internet and helps to explain the popularity and easy of use for REST. This one is the figure which illustrates using REST for web services like SA. This one is a service provider and this one is the service consumer. There are two sides because we know that there is a two main parts. The first one is a service provider and second one is a service consumer. So service provider make a request to the service consumer and service consumer make a response to the service provider. So service provider when make a request, service provider when make a response, then the format in the XML form, and when the service consumer send a request to the service provider, then this use REST model. Means when service consumer send a survey request to service provider, then this use REST, and when service provider make a response to some service consumer, then it is used XML services. And we very well know that what is the XML, what is the code. This one is the some code of XML, which is generated by the service provider at the time of response. So here in the XML format, you can see that this one is a tag, name is a tag, again name tag is a close, then phone is a tag, because we know that like as HTML, XML also have a open tab and close tab. So straight one is a tag, straight one is a tag. So this one is the whole XML format which is used for the response from service provider to the service consumer, and this one is the REST model which is used to provide request from service provider to the service consumer. Next is systems of system, that is SOS, systems of system. What is the meaning of system of system? So system of system is the type of architecture that use a single interface to allow multiple systems to be used as one. A classic example is the internet. Internet protocol and such as that HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, allow the use of information and services across millions of physical machines using a single interface such as a web browser. Cloud computing is also a system of systems approach to computing that provides a single platform to access the computing power of many physical machines. So this one is the system of systems, and today we will end this session. Next lecture we will see what is the web services and all the things related to the web services.